What's going on, guys? Ted from Immersion here, and I've been slacking, so it's time for me to just buckle down and crank out a bunch of videos. So first up is your Kickstarter Spotlight. What am I talking about this week? Well, I'm talking about Dungeons on Demand Volume 4. If you're not familiar with Dungeons on Demand, I highly recommend you check out this Kickstarter. You can also view a bunch of their free stuff on DriveThruRPG. There is a little bit of free stuff there, or the DM's Guild. Or if you just want to go and get the stuff that's already out there, go for it. I highly, highly recommend these products. I've adopted some of them, used them completely. The subsequent material, I'm just going to play the video because it's short and I feel like it does a really good job of at least showing you some stuff, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about it afterwards. As you can see, he's already, 7 times past his goal with 17 days left, and that obviously means he's a local guy here, only over in Maryland. So yeah, I'm just going to play it, and we'll talk after.
The 4th volume of Dungeons on Demand, instant adventure sites you can drop right into your 5th edition campaign. If you're new to the scene, Dungeons on Demand adventures are bursting with content. Each adventure site includes a backstory, breakdowns of each encounter, read-aloud text for your players, and full statistics of new monsters. Each has enough content for players to gain 1 level, and they're designed to be super easy for the GM to use. Whether it's fighting through content, chatting with NPCs, contending with traps, solving puzzles, or everyone's favorite, divvying up the loot, these modules give you oodles of engaging encounters to throw at your players. You've all waited patiently for this volume, the one that gives us an adventure for every character level. Almost. Well, with this newest set, there's going to be a published Dungeons on Demand adventure for every character level 1 through 19. But fear not. When we reach the stretch goal, and we will reach it, I'll make an adventure for 20th level characters, and distribute it to any backer pledging at the campaign level or higher. What's more, I've included an add-on reward for Magimonsters, a new tabletop RPG I helped develop with Late Night Games. Add $30 to your pledge, and you'll receive the Magimonsters core rulebook, and the first official Magimonsters adventure, Echoes of the Lost Empire, written by me. Magimonsters is a fantasy role-playing game meets monster catching. If you like both, you'll love it. So pledge today. The modules are $5 each, or grab all 4 for $15. If you have any questions, let me know. As always, thanks for your support. I couldn't be doing a 4th round of these if it wasn't for great backers like you. Keep those dice on standby. Dungeons await.
So, again, that was the video. I've personally run at least 2 of these modules. My players don't really know it, but the Gloom Throne module and the Old Habits module. If you've watched any of my channel, we talked Castle Gloom Thorn. I changed the name a little bit, mostly because I misread it, but we ran with it. That whole adventure was basically that module with a little tweaks on my end to make the enemies a little bit more powerful. They were supposed to reach this at level 10. They dilly-dallied for an extra 4 levels, so that happened. As well as I believe it's the Old Habits is a really cool pyramid mummy-based adventure, which you can actually see on our channel as well. We play through that. It suits perfectly if you have to do a magic bean encounter where they plant the bean and the pyramid erupts. That's actually exactly what happened with my party, and my players went in and fought it way earlier than they should have, but managed to make it out alive, just barely. So I super love these products. Again, as you saw, there's an adventure module for levels 1 through 19. So if you literally just wanted to play your players through a group of 4 or so, maybe 5 players, from levels 1 all the way to 20, you could literally just run all of the modules contained in Dungeons on Demand Volumes 1 through 4, and there's enough content to go levels 1 all the way through 20. And they're not all dungeons. Some of them are outside. I think there's one, I can't remember, it's one of the early, like the 3rd level ones, I think. It's outside. It's all in like a forest-based encounter, so it's not all dungeons. One was, like I said, was a pyramid, one was a castle, all these different things. They're going to have, as you saw, those little icons. It's super easy as a DM. I've actually started using those icons in my own personal notes because I think it's easier, because I learned from these PDFs, these modules, to kind of denote combat, traps, NPC dialogue, loot, all that stuff. I actually use those icons in my own personal notes now. Again, there are custom monsters, there are tweaks to existing monsters, there are completely brand new monsters created, there are cool magic items that are, again, stuff from the Dungeon Master Guide, But then there are also things that are homebrew and created and little tweaks with flavor too, which is really neat. And again, the earlier modules, they don't just come with the the different level adventures. They also come with, there's 2 monster expansions, there is a magic item one, there is an NPC one, there's a city one. There's a lot of really cool stuff in these, so I highly recommend you pick up at least one. At least back this one, and then maybe go back and look. But if you look at what you can get, again, you can see here's all the little symbols we were just talking about. What the different monsters are. You have all the XP information right up front. Here, this one comes with a 7th level, 11th level, 15th level, and 19th level adventure. There is a free adventure, time and time again. You can go and pick that up right there. If we jump down a little bit, you'll see. Here's what you can get. For $5 here, you will get just the 4 new modules. Those 4 adventures. For $15, you'll get new bonus adventure eligibility. So that's for the stretch goal for the possible 20th level one. And then again, $25 you get all of that and choose one. $35 you get all of that and choose choose 2. And if you get $45 you get all previous ones. And for $52 you get all the previous ones. And then Devil in the Details, For Whom the Bell Tolls, and the Stuff of Nightmares. Those are the 16th, 17th, and 18th level adventures. Here you can see 1, 2, you can see how they bounce around. There's 4 for each level, and then these extra 3. These were, I believe, at one point free if you were around to get them. And then again, you heard adding $30, you can get the Magi Monsters, which is basically Pokemon meets D&D. So that's something you can pick up as well. I really don't know much more to say about this. Again, you can check out the reviews on the DM's Guild and Drive-Thru-RPG if you don't believe me. I'm going to back this as soon as I get out of here because there's 17 days left and I don't want to miss it. And I have all the other ones, and as a collector of books and things like that, I want to have the whole set. Plus, like I said, if you want to start a new campaign and go from 1 to 20 and you don't really want to think about it, you kind of want to, I don't want to say turn your brain off, but you want to have all the thinking done for you, your goal can be focusing on stringing these adventures together. You have essentially 19 adventures. How are you going to get from 2 to 1, and then from 1 to 2, and 2 to 3, and all the way up to level 20? Maybe you can build in an overarching story around the whole thing to make it a whole 20th level based campaign. How long does it take your players to get from, Module 2 to Module 3? That might take a month of them just dicking around in a town or doing whatever, but you can use this entire thing to get yourself all the way to 20, and maybe as you're going along, things will happen, the players will meet an NPC that they really like, a character will die and they'll have to resurrect him. All these different things can happen, but you could have your core basis if you're like, I don't really know what we're going to do this week, but they are all level 10, and I did kind of allude to something. You know what? I'm going to throw this module at them, and then you're ready to go. That could be, depending on how much your players overanalyze, that one module could be 3, 4, 5 3-hour sessions, maybe one whole marathon Sunday. They bang out the whole thing. I really just, I don't think you can go wrong with this, guys. I really, for $5, you can get 4 modules, 4 adventures, and those 4 are, again, 7, 11, 15, and 19 for $5. So really, you can't go wrong. And then, again, you can get all of them if you want, or go check them out, wait till they go on sale. Again, if you don't believe me, check the reviews. But this is the 4th successful one. They're already 7 times past their goal there, so got to be doing something right. Anyway, guys, that's it for me on this. I hope you've had a great start to your week. Be on the lookout for some interesting stuff happening on Tuesday night on our Know Your Role. We're going to be picking back up where we left off. We might even have a guest character. So, anyway, guys, I'll see you next time.